Nikola Jokic has once again found himself in the middle of familiar debate. Despite his individual brilliance, he is being overlooked for the NBA MVP award. In the 2024-25 season, the Serbian superstar has put together one of the most impressive campaigns of his career, and yet, once again, the voters are failing to recognize his excellence as it truly deserves. For those who have followed Jokic's rise, this scenario may seem frustrating, but unfortunately, it is not entirely surprising. The three-time MVP has already established himself as one of the most dominant and versatile players in NBA history, yet voter fatigue has crept into the conversation in a way that has overshadowed his historical performance this year. Despite the numerous accolades, the stellar stats, and the undeniable impact Jokic has had on his Denver Nuggets team, he finds himself in the awkward position of being passed over by the MVP voters once again. In the latest Kia NBA MVP ladder, Jokic was recently overtaken by Oklahoma City Thunder's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who now sits at the top of the rankings. This shift highlights a broader issue within the NBA MVP conversation: voter fatigue, which is gradually starting to hinder the recognition of players like Jokic, who are putting together historically great seasons year after year. In the eyes of many, this is the latest example of a perennial MVP candidate being penalized for their continued greatness, while other players, such as Gilgeous-Alexander, get elevated due to a variety of factors that often have little to do with actual on-court dominance. Jokic's numbers this season are staggering. He is averaging an absurd 29.1 points, 12.8 rebounds, 10.3 assists, and 1.8 steals per game, all while shooting 58% from the field, 41% from three-point range, and 81% from the free throw line. This level of statistical excellence is nearly unparalleled in the history of the NBA. And for first time ever, Jokic has a chance to finish as a leader in points, rebounds, and assists per game, which would be a remarkable achievement. Moreover, Jokic is tied for second in steals, further showcasing his ability to impact the game on both ends of the floor. To put it simply, Jokic is playing at an MVP level in virtually every aspect of the game. Beyond his personal accomplishments, Jokic has also carried the Denver Nuggets to a position of success that far exceeds what many expected from the roster. As the team's centerpiece, Jokic has led the Nuggets to a spot among the league's top contenders heading into the 2025 NBA playoffs. The Nuggets' success is in large part due to Jokic's ability to elevate his teammates and keep the team performing at a high level despite any shortcomings elsewhere on the roster. Without Jokic, the Nuggets would likely be far from the playoff conversation, and yet his contributions continue to be undervalued by those who are determining the MVP race. So, why is Jokic being overlooked again? The answer lies in large part with voter fatigue. This is a phenomenon that has plagued many of the all-time greats in NBA history. Players like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant all experienced similar issues during their careers, where their consistent excellence led to them being overlooked for MVP awards year after year. In Jokic's case, the narrative seems to be that voters are growing tired of awarding him the MVP trophy. It's almost as if there's a sense that his greatness has become expected, and that it is no longer viewed as remarkable or deserving of the same level of recognition it once was. This pattern of overlooking greatness in favor of new narratives is something that has been seen time and time again in the MVP race, and it is something that is only growing more evident this season. The latest twist in the MVP race is the emergence of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as the frontrunner. While Gilgeous-Alexander is having an incredible season in his own right, leading the Oklahoma City Thunder to unexpected success, it is difficult to justify his position over Jokic. Gilgeous-Alexander is certainly a deserving candidate, but when comparing their individual performances, it is hard to see how Jokic isn't the more deserving choice. Gilgeous-Alexander has been the best player on the best team, but that argument alone is not enough to eclipse Jokic's historic season. Jokic is not only putting up similar numbers to Gilgeous-Alexander, but he is also doing so while leading his team in virtually every statistical category. Moreover, Jokic's ability to impact the game in more diverse ways, from his passing to his rebounding and defense, makes him a more complete player than Gilgeous-Alexander. This debate over the MVP race has brought up important questions about how voters evaluate the award. It's clear that the criteria for determining the MVP are not always consistent, and a lack of clarity can lead to decisions that don't fully reflect the best player in the league. It's important to recognize that MVP voting is not just about statistical achievements, but also about a player's impact on their team's success and their ability to elevate those around them. When looking at Jokic's season, it is evident that he is doing just that for the Denver Nuggets. His ability to make his teammates better, control the pace of the game, and dominate in virtually every aspect of play is what makes him the MVP frontrunner. Unfortunately, it seems that this fact is being overshadowed by voter fatigue and the lure of fresh narratives. As the season progresses and the MVP race heats up, it will be interesting to see whether Jokic can regain his spot atop the rankings. There is no doubt that his individual achievements this season make him more than worthy of another MVP trophy, but whether the voters recognize that greatness remains to be seen. What is clear, however, is that Jokic's legacy in the NBA is already cemented, regardless of whether he wins another MVP award. His ability to do things on the court that no one else can match is a testament to his place among the league's all-time greats, and his contributions to the Denver Nuggets will be remembered for years to come. For now, though, the MVP race continues, and the focus is on whether Jokic can overcome the narrative that seems to be working against him. The conversation around the MVP will only intensify as the playoffs approach, and Jokic's place in the discussion will be scrutinized even more. Whether he wins the award or not, one thing is certain. Jokic's greatness cannot be ignored, and his impact on the NBA will be felt for years to come. As the season winds down, the question remains, will Jokic finally get the recognition he deserves, or will voter fatigue continue to overshadow one of the greatest seasons in NBA history?